So this afternoon I meet two amazing guys. How's it, guys? I didn't just meet you today. I met you guys yesterday. I had a chat. I came over and said hi because you're from Bolivia. Introduce yourself to me. You are Miguel.
I am Miguel. I come from Bolivia. We are brothers, three brothers flying. Two of us came here this time. And yeah, he's my younger brother.
Yeah.
Diego.
I'm Diego. I'm 31, and yeah, we're happy to be here.
Yeah. And world champs for you guys?
It's my second World Cup.
Yeah, it's your second World Cup. Yeah,
and mine is the first.
Oh, great. Fantastic. So that's exciting World Cup for you guys,
Yeah.
Wow, and how are you feeling so far, all nervous and everything?
Yeah, takeoff was today like...
Sketchy?
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't thought it was that sketchy at all, but they were saying, yeah, it's closed, now it's open, now you can go, now you can't. So it got a little bit tricky at that point, just making us a bit more nervous than it was actually needed, but yeah, it was good enough, and yeah, we took off easily, and in the air was quite okay. Yeah.
La Paz, Bolivia, that's the highest capital in the world, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So it's not actually the capital, it's the...
Oh, it's not the capital.
Administrative capital from Bolivia. The capital is Sucre, but the government runs in La Paz. So,
So the government...
Right now we have the downtown at 3,600 meters above sea level.
I remember just above La Paz is 3.8. You have some places.
The airport to get to La Paz, it's in El Alto, and it's
4,100 almost.
4.1. So just up the hill.
Oh yeah. It's a nice city because we have all the flatlands on El Alto, and then we have pretty much like a hole. It won't be considered. Some people can say it's a valley, but it's pretty much a hole between the mountain range and the flatlands. So it's a hole, very, very beautiful to live. I think, at least for me, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's quite awesome actually.
Yeah, you guys have nice flying there. It's good.
Yeah, we have a valley a bit more in the south. We have amazing conditions. We have 350 flying days a year at least. So we fly pretty much every day. And
you can fly every day.
Yeah, let's say during the rain season we can't
walking past.
Big cross country because the cloud base is quite low, but still we can have at least 2-3 hours of good flying
every
conditions.
Day.
So yeah, it's good.
Every day you fly.
Every day.
Wow, my friends in Cape Town, that'd be quite cool, eh? Every day. Jeez, that's cool. No, nice, guys. And we were talking a few minutes ago about what you guys do in your lives. You do some different things. And Miguel, tell us about your other life. You'd like to drink beer and make it.
Oh yeah. I started with the lockdown with the coronavirus, and it was my dream always since I was a little kid to make my own alcohol. I was doing my liqueurs
at 4 years old when you tasted your first...
I think I was 12 years old when I started putting some fruits on the Singani or something.
No way.
Really? Something like that. And I was always dreaming about doing beer, and with the lockdown I realized it's not that complicated, so I started with a small business doing my beer, and I love it.
I told you I'm going to put you in touch with my friend Chris Heaton. He's got a business that's going like absolutely great,
Nice.
Really nice. Super cool. And then you also have another job as a mountain guide.
I work in, let's say, into extreme sports. I started doing rock climbing, bungee jumping, and mountaineering. So that's how I got into these extreme sports, extreme sensations. After a few years, I started paragliding, but let's say I started working in the extreme sports as a mountain guide, and I'm still doing it. And but it's a season thing. So let's say from April to October, normally I'm busy working, guiding people to the mountains. We have very beautiful mountain ranges around La Paz. We have the Royal Mountain Range that is, let's say, 1 hour to 1.5 hours away from La Paz. You are already at base camp at 4,800 meters. A couple of hours here in the ice walls to do some ice climbing. So the conditions for mountaineering are beautiful. And since the lockdown that we didn't have too much customers to climb the mountains. We started hiking a little bit more for ourselves to start flying from these peaks. And it was our dream always to fly from these mountains, but we were all the time with clients and it's not allowed, let's say.
Wow, I mean, there was a lot of grey areas. I know guys who paraglided in the lockdown, you know, the hard lockdown. You weren't allowed to take your dog out for a toilet. Yeah?
Yeah, it was complicated, but yeah, we managed somehow. Like when they did a little bit easy going lockdown, we started to running as far as we can and as fast as we can out of the city too.
Yeah. And have you found tourism's increased a lot in Bolivia since after lockdown? Do people, obviously I see a lot of people as discovering that there's a blue sky above our heads and that they, you know, they can get out and do stuff. You know, a lot more people are going to the mountains. And our most famous, apparently the most walked trail in Africa, somebody says, I don't know how you measure that, but Lion's Head in Cape Town is like really close to the city. If you work downtown in a bank, you can in 7 minutes be at Lion's Head in your car. And you can just change while you're driving through the 2-3 traffic lights, and you're up there and you go run up Lion's Head. And a lot of people do this, you know. The guys run up, they do a Red Bull event, King of the Mountain. The guys have to run 6 times up and down. Some guys do it in under 30 minutes. It's like this big trail. Yeah. So, but your main thing, you guys, sorry, excuse me. So Diego, you are a chef and you make pastries and breads, and you also do other work.
Yeah, I run an Airbnb building, so I get to know a lot of people. Many of them have been climbing mountains with Chucky at some point as well.
I'm Chucky, by the way. Miguel is just my official name, but just my mother said
Chucky.
She's angry.
Okay, that's what that's your official name, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we have this company in Bolivia that makes a little bit of everything. So we have the mountaineering, the rock climbing. We are
adventure kind of business, huh?
Yeah.
E-bike rentals. That's your next thing, guys. Rent some e-bikes out to people. They will love it. Yeah. One friend of mine tried it in Montenegro. I gave him a recommendation, and it worked very well. Yes.
Yeah, we do some mountain bike tours around La Paz because La Paz has many downhills and stuff.
Yeah, cool. So that's also good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
That's quite okay. And yeah, of course the paragliding, and we have the tandem business and the school as well. So
you're a few tandem pilots when it's going well. What are your busiest times for tandems and the busiest times with? Do foreigners come to Bolivia and fly? Not many.
We used to have way more than now.
Yeah.
We had, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago we had like 85 tourists, foreign tourists, and then 15 locals, 50% locals. Yeah. And now it's pretty much the opposite. Okay. Since the lockdown, we have almost nothing from foreigners, but yeah,
a lot of that's. I mean, a lot of places around the world have found that there's now business from local business. I mean, my tandem business in Cape Town has been running from locals. You know, we haven't had any real foreign tourists to speak of. Now they slowly come. In December, we expect a lot of people from England to come to South Africa. It's good. It's great. Yeah. Cool. Hey,
that's nice also.
Yeah, please.
It was not that common to have Bolivians flying and experience, like having the experience of being in the mountains and that kind of things. And with the lockdown, like you said, like they, as soon as they could, they started, pretty much discovering Bolivia. And the bad tradition we have is anybody that has some free time, they go to the beach, or I don't know, to the Central America.
Yeah, they don't really go paragliding.
And they don't know Bolivia, and Bolivia is a beautiful country, so now they were kind of obliged to know their country, and it's nice to see the people recognizing and giving to the country the value it really has, you know.
Recognizing your country. I mean, I think look, I visited your country in 1994. I traveled from Mexico to Chile, and I had $3 a day to travel. And it was like I wanted to punish myself and see how to live hard, you know.
Yeah. So you had a great time in Bolivia.
I had a great time
in Bolivia. $3 per day in Bolivia.
In 1994 was like quite okay.
Almost a 5-star hotel. Not a 5-star hotel. No, in Nicaragua and stuff, I had to stay in it was so little money. It was really little money. Yeah. Maybe it was $1. It was the equivalent of $3 a day today. Like really cheap. I had no money, you know. I just traveled on nothing. But I tried. Yeah,
that's good.
No, cool. Guys, nice to meet you. Thank you very, very much for a little time. Is there anything else you want to tell me about your country, or why should people visit Bolivia maybe?
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, Bolivia, it's quite amazing. We have everything you want except for a beach. Then you have
no beaches.
We have beach in the highest Navega the Beetle sea lake in the world.
Yeah.
That's something interesting.
Yeah.
We don't have a sea away to the ocean, but then we have everything you need. We have jungles, we have flatlands, we have valleys, we have mountains, so it's quite an amazing place. And
the
you will get
is
surprised.
Good. Yeah. How do you get around? Yeah.
It's getting better and better all the time.
Can people use local buses and get around like this?
It's a really safe country.
Yeah.
Yeah, all in all, it's quite safe. You can travel around. You can take.
You won't be bothered or mugged or anything. No.
No. If you are not in the bad neighborhoods at 10 in the evening.
For sure. Or 2 in the morning.
Then it's okay. Yeah, in the city, it's.
You never know whose arms you're going to wake up in and which suburb. And
yeah, but it's quite safe. It's really beautiful, and yeah, for sure you must come.
Yeah, I agree. I really loved it. I mean, I remember Titicaca, and I went to the Atacama Desert. You know, it was just amazing. There were two of the most
flats on that region.
Valley of the Moon.
It's not as like really famous like in the Peru side.
Yeah,
they developed the tourism much more than us.
Peru have developed tourism much more than you.
Much more. We have a lot of ruins. If you are into culture, we have many ruins.
Yeah.
And the good thing is
much older than the Incas, and then we have a lot of things in the jungle to explore.
And it's affordable to come to Bolivia. It's or is it like the same kind of prices as here?
Well, right now with Argentina, it's quite difficult to say.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
And it's okay. It's not like really expensive. It's quite affordable. And yeah, it's way less crowded than most of the rest of the South America tourist places, touristic places.
No,
so, yeah.
No, I think it's a great option. I mean, people who haven't traveled in South America who dream about it should definitely do it. I mean, there's really lots to see. Central and South America are super interesting, and
for pilots, we are trying to develop like a circuit or where the people
350 days a year. Kick my ass! My God, you guys are lucky. No, that's absolutely great. I mean,
and we have flying sites from 1,000 meters above sea level to. We have some takeoffs at 5,300, like you can almost drive to the takeoff.
Really?
Yeah.
$5,000 and you can drive to the takeoff?
Yep.
No.
Conditions are a little bit tough, but
of course.
Do it like
you can start lower down and
if you take off at 5,000 in 15 minutes, you are flying over 6,500 meters, and then it's like, oh fuck, there is something missing here and you can't breathe properly. But it's possible, and if with a good acclimatization, that kind of things, I think it's one of the most beautiful experiences a pilot can live, you know.
Well, that in itself sounds like a reason to come there, just to fly at that place, you know. If you got places you can fly for 350 days of the year, and then you still have, the reason to go travel around, see the country, see some of the ruins. Do you have any decent museums in the capital?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. I love museums and I love food. I love to go and visit.
Bolivian food, it's
I've been in nearly 100 countries. I travel really a lot, and I really like it. But I like to look under the surface. I don't just want to see the really. I don't need to go and drink a beer and eat a burger somewhere. I've done that before everywhere. So I have to look deeper, you know. Yeah. What kind of museums do you have? I'm really interested.
I have archaeological museums, like ethnographic and folkloric museums with some instruments and those kind of things.
One of the fabric?
Yeah, like fabric.
Oh yeah. Tapestries, yeah. Yeah, I mean the ladies were doing a lot of stuff in the olden days back then.
One of the, let's say, the main things to recognize why Bolivia is so rich, let's say, we have more than 37 official cultures into the country, so every culture has their own things and
their language and
it's really different one to each other. So it's something very, very nice to experience. You know, like if you're in La Paz and then you go to Cochabamba or Santa Cruz or Tarija, then the people is completely different. It looks like you're going to another country.
Really, they look different, they act different, something
completely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they
so
talk
that's
different.
Very nice.
Everything's different.
37 different cultures that exist there. Yeah. So we have 11 languages in South Africa and 9 African tribes, different African tribes. Zulu, people know this name, and they know Xhosa, which is Nelson Mandela was at Xhosa. So they are the 2 biggest tribes, and we have Sotho North and South, and Venda, Pedi, Ndebele. There's several. And Yeah, no, nice to meet you guys and visit across the world. It's nice.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one more thing. Hold on one second. Let me just get my mind around this. Okay, so a brief history of Bolivia. The tribe, the main tribe back then. You were not Incas there. Yeah. Okay. So you had some traditional tribes until the conquistadors came.
We had a
When
big
did they
empire before, much like 1,000 years before Incas. We have the Tiwanaku Empire. Let's say before that, was most of the people were nomad.
Yeah.
Then we had this Tiwanaku Empire. Was I think it started 1,000 years before Christ age.
Yeah.
And yeah, then Tiwanaku kind of disappeared. They fight between each other, and we had like 500 years of señoríos aymaras, it says. So from the people from this empire just got divided and fighting to each other. So it was 500 years of war between the people. And then came the Incas, and the Incas kind of conquered all these little tribes, let's say, quite easy because they hate to each other.
Yeah, already. So they played them against each other.
Yeah, it was just getting friendly with some
Wow.
tribe and then kill the others. You know, it was quite bad with the.
And then kill the last guys afterwards, and yeah.
So also for that, let's say we have some resentimiento.
Sentimental?
No.
And
Like
¿Cómo? ¿Di en español?
resentimiento.
Reminiscent.
Some
Kind of.
people, let's say, the Incas got into Bolivia, what is Bolivia right now, land, and they started like killing a lot of cultures. So
Yeah, I mean,
most of these Aymaras cultures kind of hate all the Inca empire that got to live more in the valley side in Bolivia.
Okay.
So let's say the relationship between the tribes, to say something, between the east, the center, and the east, the west, the center, and the east, are not the best. So
Even now.
they have
Even now.
between them
So those.
some issues.
So
And
those
of course,
500
with the
years
white
have carried
people,
a story, yeah.
White
Yeah.
people, let's say, they don't get along too well as well.
Okay. Great.
So it's something interesting to see, and that's something that may mark, let's say, how will the experience in Bolivia will be. You know, you have many different behaviors with different people, and sometimes it's not, let's say, it's not fair to judge. Okay, people around La Paz are just too mean, you know, but it's because of their history, and
yeah, they have
something you have to deal with and try to understand, because then you go to Santa Cruz and people is all the time ready.
Really?
Yeah, beautiful. In La Paz, nobody talks to you, and it's really, you know, like that. But it's not because they are mean or something like that.
They just don't know who you are.
They don't trust in white people, let's say.
Yeah.
That kind of things, let's say, is a characteristic. So just be patient. If you go to Bolivia, don't judge all the people.
No. You're telling us something about your country. Look, there's never a bunch of roses everywhere. You know, that's.
Of course, yeah.
So, you know, there's poverty in Bolivia, there's poverty in South Africa, there's poverty in Austria, but it's all different and relative. And the one thing, there's crime here, there, and wherever, but a bicycle is stolen in Austria, and it's worse in South Africa when it's violent crime, you know. So, yeah, these things happen.
We have many layers to discover in Bolivia, so I heard many times that people in Bolivia is kind of aggressive. It's not aggressive, it's just they don't
know you.
They are not welcoming, let's say, people from outside in the beginning, and then they get really along with everyone. But it requires time.
You have to scratch deeper than the surface with them. Right. You have to get to know them, yeah. I mean, I think building trust with people around the world is like that, you know. You go to some of the biggest cities in the world, like in Paris or London, people don't even look at each other on the tube. If I look at you as a guy, you think I want something with you, or some strange guy, some psycho guy who's going to cut your throat or want to wake up next to you, you know, whatever. It's like, and people just look away, or they get up and walk away. So the biggest cities in the world are the loneliest places, in my opinion. It's ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm getting going with writing a book that I started long ago, and I'm putting in a lot of interesting things, like these themes, you know, about why does one man hate another? Why does it take so long for one guy to get over a story? 500 years.
Yeah. For us, let's say, we are not part of any tribe in Bolivia, but we are, let's say, sons of the República, the Republic of Bolivia, like when people mix between the Spanish and the local people.
Yeah, I mean, Diego, you have a little bit more a look of you look like, I don't know, you even look like Jewish. You come from Israel. No, great. No, I'm just teasing.
So yeah,
Right,
even for us, sometimes it's complicated to deal like this.
Yeah, most of the people will call you like, "Hey, gringo, what's up?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"No, gringo, Parapax, man."
Yeah,
So yeah, but it's not aggressive. It's just like close.
Yeah,
they are really close as a culture, and
Yeah, no. Respect that.
yeah.
Great, guys. Let's wrap it here. So, super. So we'll come and visit you. How do we find you guys?
Well, we have
What's the name of your company?
Andesxteam.
Andesxteam.
Yeah.
And in La Paz, Bolivia.
In La
Great.
Paz,
We
Bolivia.
have La Paz and Cochabamba, but we have two
branches.
offices, let's say so. Yeah.
2 offices and
And people can phone you guys up and you'll show them around paragliding if you guys are going flying.
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
First time in the PWC, second time in the PWC, showing it off for Bolivia. Away. Thanks for the interview, guys.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
Stef, I'm from Cape Town. It was a pleasure, guys. Yeah, awesome.